cooperatives sector worldwide is very, very big. We're talking over 1 billion people who are not necessarily cooperative members, but they are members of families or individuals who are part of the cooperative sector. In Germany, for example, 1 in 4 Germans work in a cooperative or are members of a cooperative, because that's one of the strongest subsectors of the German cooperatives economy is banking as well as housing. So 1 in 4 German people are part of a cooperative. In Italy, in the constitution of Italy post-1945, it is in the constitution prescribing how supply chain management should support the cooperative sector. Since 2000, the year 2000, we have moved very swiftly in terms of existing policy. And with the development of the cabinet approving the cooperative bill, and then it became law in 2005. It's being amended as we speak in Parliament. In fact, there's a second amendment bill, which I have here in my possession. We've been asked to comment on it by Parliament. There's been a phenomenal development in cooperatives, but the biggest challenge has been that not all spheres of government. So at national level, there is a movement. But the most serious disappointment at the macroeconomic policy level, there is zero mention of the cooperative sector. In fact, the state of President Zuma has been the first national leader to talk about cooperatives quite openly. In our province, the State of the Province address, cooperatives were highlighted by Premier Kivit for the first time. In fact, she actually recognized the work that we're doing as an institute towards cooperatives development support. So from GEAR to the current National Development Plan, the growth path, there's hardly a single mention of cooperatives. And yet we are convinced there is evidence throughout the world that cooperatives are better positioned to create employment. I'm talking about decent, permanent employment for members, as well as non-members of the cooperative sector. The National Development Plan is 430 pages that we downloaded. There's not a single mention of cooperatives. And yet, globally, we know that many, many countries survive today because a large proportion of the cooperative, of citizens work in a cooperative. As I just said, 1 in 4 citizens in Germany are members of the cooperatives. So what I'm saying is that the cooperative sector has a number of comparative advantages when it comes to job creation. I'm talking about decent, permanent jobs.
My name is Annie Matime. I work for the City of Tshwane, and my position is Deputy Director in Economic Development. The division is Business Support and Development, and my section is Cooperative section. Cooperatives are autonomous body, independent, voluntarily, and controlled democratically. On our database, we have plus minus 500 cooperatives, and most of the cooperative includes the majority of the unemployment within, or rather unemployed within Tshwane. Within our section, we have that motto. It's said in Zulu. I don't know Zulu well, but it goes like this: Uzoitola ganjani uhlale khoneni. That is how we empower, we push our cooperative. And from my section, I don't take no for an answer. We also assist the cooperative in, identifying space if there is any within the municipality. And then within our section we have programs that we empower our cooperatives with, and the programs are divided into 4 phases, because when we were given this responsibility, we discovered that we had a shortage of the human resources within my subsection. The policies, of course, will stipulate that we need to support, develop, activate them, but when we look deep into that, our policies are not as clear as that. And I'm happy to say that we are in the process of reviewing our policy in Tshwane. Preferential procurement policy. We are pushing hard, although we still have some hiccups there and there. Maybe you are aware of the amendment bill. We're happy because on the amendment bill there's going to be tribunals and the cooperative agency. We need more assistance also from the politicians. Not high expectation. Assistance in a sense that we will empower our cooperatives to be better people, to be empowered on procurement related things, and also to assist us regarding capacity and the buy-in.
I'm Eunice Kopani from Tshwane Mamelodi Secondary Cooperative. We are at Mamelodi East at Ikageng Community Hall. In our cooperative, we are specializing in manufacturing of clothes, wedding gowns, school uniform, etc. And we also do catering for the other occasions. Through the help of LED, we've got the training, the skills that we are having, and through their encouragement, we managed to establish a secondary co-op. Because at first we were primary cooperatives, then with the guidance of LED, they encouraged us to build a secondary. That is what we are doing. At the present moment, we are having 25 members. And we all benefit from the cooperative, because some of them we are having youth that their parents passed away and they're involved in this cooperative, so they're being able to help their families. And some of them is women that they don't have men in their families, they are the head of the families. Through this cooperative, we managed to handle the families. So we went to the local schools to market ourselves. Then afterwards, the LED got in us. Then they helped us and encouraged us to open the bank accounts, register with DTI, all the things that we are doing now. When we started, each and every woman bring her own machine. And then when times goes on, these industrial machines that we are using now, we received them from social development, as they see that we are motivated to do our stuff. Then they donated the machines to us. Our clients is the local community and the schools, the churches. It's community at large. When we are having functions, we normally submit quotations to the LED, and they appoint us to do some caterings for the functions of all the co-ops that we are having. So it's different co-ops, we rotate. At the present moment, we are doing school uniform. We've got the contract from social development through the help of LED, and we are manufacturing for 25 schools, and we are having an allocation of 2,500 for now. we are struggling with the market, because at the moment, as I've said, we are using the local community and the schools, but we need to gain more to be like Chinese, because they are our challenge. When we say we saw a tradition is for 650, they come with their own 450, then we are having a challenge there. But if we can maybe have skills like them, I think we'll manage to compete with them. The main need for our cooperative is a venue, because as you can see, we've hired a hall, and a hall we are working for certain hours, and sometimes you need to work overtime, but because it's a community place, we cannot work overtime. So we need a place of our own that we can knock in as early as 6 o'clock and knock out at 8 o'clock at night. But here it's impossible, because after 5 o'clock, there's some organizations come to use the hall, so we don't have a place.
I want to make this clear and categorically. All the contracts and small tenders in our department are directed to the cooperatives themselves. I, for one, I don't take no for an answer. I make sure all my workshops, the catering is being provided by the cooperative themselves. The media is provided by cooperative themselves. Unless us within the department stand up and make things happen, no one will.
Le cooperative yaqala i-project ngo-1994. Ngo-1994 njengoba singomama abaphangeli imisebenzi enqabile, saqesha le ndawo, kodwa abasibhadali 1,000 ngenyanga. Asinayo, sicela ukubhadala 500, bavuma ukuba usibhadale 500, sibhadale yona ke. Apha ngokuna ke siyathunga, sabe siyaqhubeka ngosambe sisiye ezikolweni siyocela uba abanosinika umsebenzi sikwazi uba sithunge lesi sikuniform, sithungela abana sinamntu. Sancedwa lesi sikolo ekuthiwa nguEmveleni, yasinika yona ijob uba sithungele bona. Esinye isikolo esasifumanayo sisepilitini eqolo, nabo bavuma ukuba masike sibathungele, ne-Alisdale sazama njalo. Asinamali, le mali ithi ifika ibiphuma ngapha sipeyi. Saqonda endaweni yale nto le masike sizame ukuba sijonge nakoomasipala nakoobani uba abantu sinika nabo umsebenzi. Sengoko ke asifumani umsebenzi, siyaya siyofaka iitenda singafumani umsebenzi.
My name is Lazarus. I work for Makana Local Municipality in the LED Directorate, Local Economic Development Directorate. I'm responsible for small, medium, micro enterprises. My job title is a manager SMMEs. My responsibilities and duties are aligned with the mandate of the municipality to provide a conducive environment for small enterprises and cooperatives, to provide support, to coordinate government development programs, which seeks to develop and advance small enterprises and cooperatives.
Le building sekuyi-own of Ataka, siqeshe kuye thi.
Etina abesifofisa ngosidoda bawufunela wona ukupractice abantwana lutsha.
Umasipala yena samcela kudala indawo zangasiphenduli. Siyafuna ufunda sizokwazi ukuba sifuna le nto ethi iphumelele, ibe nempumelelo. Najonga kwenye into sijonge kule nto. Siyacela kakhulu uba ngaba ungakhona indlela uba sike sizanye.
We have a number of programs that are geared towards ensuring that we do give a special focus to cooperatives. Also, we do strive to support cooperatives. Although also, if I may say that we are in a process of constantly trying to improve our programs in order to serve the cooperatives to our full capacity.
As this